Hey guys, we're going to have a lesson on problem solving, addition, and subtraction. Our essential question is how can you use the strategy draw a diagram to solve 1 and 2 step problems? So we're going to use draw a diagram as our strategy today. It goes with our I can statement. I can solve 2-step word problems using addition and subtraction. Well, here's our problem. Sammy scored 84 points in the first round of a new computer game. He scored 21 more points in the second round than in the first round. What was Sammy's total score? Well, we need to take a couple of steps when we're working a word problem. Let's go to step number 1. What do I need to find? That's what you need to ask yourself when you're looking at a word problem. What is the problem asking me to find? Well, let's look and see. I need to find what? That's what you need to fill out. So I need to find what was Sammy's total score. That's what the question is asking me to find. So I'm going to go down here to my step 1 and write down Sammy's total score. Well, when I see the word total, I know that that's going to lead me somewhere. So let's go to step 2. What information do I need to use? What are my important numbers that are going to help me solve this problem? When I look at this problem, I see 2 sets of numbers right here. Let's look at what he scored the first time. Sammy scored 84 points in the first round of a new computer game. So I'm going to put 84 points here because Sammy scored 84 points in the first round. He scored how many more points in the second round? Well, it says up here in our problem that he scored 21 more points. Well, 21 more points. I'm going to write that right here. 21 more points. That's going to be important. Well, now that I have all of my information, how am I going to use this information? This is now step 3. How am I going to use the numbers and the information that I pulled? Well, I can do it a number of ways. I can draw pictures, I can write out equations, but in this one, I'm going to draw a bar model to show the number of points that Sammy scored in each round. Then I will use the bar model to decide which operation I'm going to use. We're going to draw the bar model, but the next thing I need to look at is what are my clue words. In step 3, we're always looking at clue words and how we're going to solve it. So our clue words in this, like we talked about before, are total score. Total means we're going to do what? Add. Very good. Here's step 4. We're going to use step 4 to solve the problem and explain our answer. So let's go over to our problem again and look at our 2 important numbers. We're going to complete this bar model and we're going to show how many points Sammy scored in the second round. Well, do we know how many points that Sammy scored in the second round? No. We know how many more points Sammy scored in the second round. So I'm going to use the big bar right here, and I'm going to write down how many points Sammy scored in the first round. That is 84. Then in the small bar, I'm going to write 21 because I know that's how many more points he scored in the second round. I'm going to take those 2 bars and I'm going to add them together to get his total points for the second round. So here I'm going to add together 84 points plus 21 points. Well, I'm going to arrange my numbers like we've talked about with our place values, and I'm going to put them up and down so that I can see my place values are lined up correctly. What is 4 plus 1? It is 5. 8 plus 2 is 10. I don't have a hundreds place, so I'm going to go ahead and drop that number. So, Sammy scored 105 points in the second round. Okay, now that we've found the second round, we need to go to the next the next bar model. I'm going to use this bar model to show Sammy's total number of points. I'm going to use the small bar to show how many points Sammy scored in the first round. But now I know how many he scored in the second round, so I'm going to put that in the larger bar. Now remember, the problem is asking me what is Sammy's total score. So if I add these two numbers together, I should get Sammy's total score. 84 plus 105. Well, I'm again going to put that up and down, guys, and line up my place values. 105 plus 84. What is 5 plus 4? 9. 0 plus 8 is 8. Bring down my 1. Now I have my answer. 189 what? Points, because we cannot have any naked numbers. No naked numbers, guys. No naked numbers. So let's review the question one more time. We need to make sure that we've answered everything that we're supposed to answer. Number 1 says, how many points did Sammy score in the second round? Well, over here it says he scored 21 more points in the second round, and we added 84 and 21, and we got that he scored 105 points in the second round. But our most important question, the question for the answer, was what was Sammy's total score? This doesn't give us Sammy's total score. That's Sammy's total score for the second round. So we added 105 points to 84 points, and we got his total score for both games, which was 189 points. No naked numbers. As I'm finishing up this lesson, let's look at the steps that we need to go through to solve a 1 and 2 step addition or subtraction problem. So step 1, guys, what do I need to find? You need to look at your question and decide for yourself what is it that the question is asking you to find. Then you go to step 2. What information do I need to use? Pull out your important numbers. Remember, sometimes there's TMI, too much information. So get rid of the TMI and pull out only the important numbers. Then step 3, how will I use this information? How are you going to show me that you've solved this problem? Are you going to use a bar model? Are you going to draw it out? And look at your clue words, because that will help you decide what operation you're going to use. Step 4, solve the problem. Show all of your work and explain your answer. And remember, no naked numbers, everything must be labeled. Guys, these are the steps to a word problem, and I hope that you've got it. Rewind and fast forward and pause and watch it again if you need help.